अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आप देख रहे हैं द हैदर रिफत शो और मैं हूं आपका होस्ट हैदर रिफत. Today is a very special episode because I have a very special guest with me today. It's none other than Ayesha Omar. She's a singer, she's an actress, and she's also a style icon. And we'll be asking her a lot of questions, different questions, and we'll be chatting to her about the different projects she's involved in right now. So thank you so much, Ayesha, for joining me. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Of course.
Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Yeah, I know,
क्योंकि we've
but
been
I'm
planning
finally,
this for a while.
I'm glad this pulled through. Ayesha, thank you so much. सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे शुरुआत करना चाहूँगा. I want to ask you, share some three distinct qualities about yourself that the viewers may not know about you.
I am very organized, but I'm not like, I don't have OCD. Like some people are like really like, ये ऐसे होना चाहिए, ये ऐसे होना चाहिए. मैं वैसे नहीं हूँ. But I am super organized. Like I can organize everything, my entire house myself. I can. मैं बहुत सुघड़ हूँ. मैं अपना पूरा घर खुद लॉकडाउन में तो चला ही रही थी. I had no help. But like I can cook, I can clean, I can wash, I can knit. I can't knit anymore. I can sew. I can, so I can do all these things. And I have recently done up my whole house myself also. So I'm very domesticated. And मुझे लगता है लोगों, I think people have this impression of me that I'm a very social busybody. So I might not be domesticated, but I am. That's one quality. Another quality that I have, I am extremely emotional and extremely vulnerable and sensitive, which means that I may have this hard exterior, but underneath that, I am very sensitive and soft. So that's just a facade. Third quality. I have been told very recently by the CEO of a company that I have just signed up with that I talk very smartly. और मुझे लगता है कि मैं कभी कभार बहुत disjointed बातें करती हूँ. But we had these long chats and recently have told me that I have started talking a lot. I mean, I talk a lot of sense. मुझे लगता है that maybe it's in the past 2-3 years I really worked on myself personally. So yeah, so I do a lot of things for self-growth. So that's something that maybe people don't know. Yeah, I try to work on that a lot.
That's interesting to know. अच्छा, Aisha, आप मुझे ये बताएं. Let's talk about some serious stuff because obviously there's a lot happening in the country. Or recently, after last week, along with many other celebrities and activists, you took part in this at this press club, जहाँ पे एक peaceful protest हुआ था against, you know, what has happened already, the gang rape that took place at the Lahore-Sialkot motorway. So, what positive change are you hoping would come from this protest and so many others across Pakistan? Because you know that this rape pandemic is not something new. It's been going on for so long. It's deep-rooted in Pakistan.
It's not new at all.
In fact, this protest was long. We protested when the Zainab incident happened in Kasur. और इस तरह के रोज केसेस होते हैं हमारे मुल्क में. और वो या तो इतने हाईलाइट नहीं होते या फिर हाईलाइट होते हैं, उसके बारे में बात होती है 2 दिन और फिर लोग भूल जाते हैं. And that is the general, I think, idea जो लोगों को भी है कि, you know, even people in the media talk about things and then फिर they move on because there's so much else happening. The protest, of course, जिसने भी उस इंसिडेंट का सुना या और इंसिडेंट्स का हम जब भी सुनते हैं, तो there is so much rage, there is so much anger, there is so much sadness, there's so much heartbreak, there's so much frustration that's involved. Or you know, obviously all the people that I know, they want to do something about it. They want to be able to get up and do something, you know, like make a change and try and change this order that we live in. So is protest में basically a bunch of us, we were just really enraged and we were like, we need to start talking about it. Because इसमें victim blaming जो थी वो ज़्यादा हो रही थी, and वो भी from an authoritative figure, somebody in a position of authority ने you know बात की विक्टिम की सिचुएशन की और विक्टिम की टाइमिंग्स की और हर चीज की. सो इसमें विक्टिम ब्लेमिंग हो रही थी. नाउ दैट्स अ माइंडसेट दैट एग्जिस्ट्स इन आवर कंट्री. इट्स एक्सट्रीमली प्रेवलेंट इन आवर कंट्री. आई एम श्योर दुनिया में और भी बहुत सारे ममालिक में ये माइंडसेट है, लेकिन हमारे मुल्क में क्योंकि एक पेट्रियार्कल माइंडसेट भी है और बहुत मिसोजिनी है और जेंडर इक्वालिटी बिल्कुल नहीं है, एंड वुमेन जो राइट्स औरतों को दिए गए हैं वो बिल्कुल वो एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर पाती. सो बहुत सारी चीजें कनेक्टेड हैं और विक्टिम ब्लेमिंग बहुत ज्यादा होती है. सो दिस वाज very publicly it was being done, and this was the time to actually now start addressing victim blaming, which is also connected to rape culture. अगर आप victim को ही blame करेंगे जो उनके साथ हुआ है, तो that is connected to, that is the biggest मैं कहूंगी reason for rape culture or rape environment existing. rape culture की भी बात नहीं होती, लोगों को पता भी नहीं है what is rape culture. rape culture is कि आप एक ऐसी environment create कर रहे होते हैं which is favorable for incidents like this, which enables incidents like this, जिनकी वजह create होता है और ये non-stop ये evils और ये चीजें exist कर रही हैं. So it was the time to talk about these things, and I'm so glad कि ये एक protest हम कर सके. उसमें हमने बहुत peacefully कुछ चीजें express की that these are the things that need to be worked on. Just punishing the victim, the perpetrator harshly, जो public hanging की बात हो रही है, extreme punishments की बात हो रही है, we don't think that that's the only solution. और civilized societies में public hanging और violence और public castrations या castrations, इन चीजों से देखा ये गया है studies के through that और violence incite होता है. So there are a lot of things that are connected to fixing this issue on a grassroots level. तो ये protest was just the first of many. अभी हम बहुत सारे press conferences करेंगे, awareness programs शुरू करेंगे, जिसमें we want to target the mindset of the society and the mindset of people, the mindset of the boys we're raising. कि हमने अपने बच्चों को बेहतर educate करना है, वहां से चीज शुरू होगी. So that's what we're aiming at.
Great. Ayesha, another sad story comes from this. आपको ये भी पता होगा कि सरगोदा के अंदर recently there were 4 invaders who invaded a house और वहाँ पे एक औरत का भी रेप हुआ था और the husband was there, the children were there. So do you really think कि after this Lahore Sialkot rape incident और इतनी उसको mainstream media में attention मिली है that it is enabling these acts? What is your takeaway from this?
You think that giving attention to these incidents is enabling these acts कि और लोग फिर देख के you're saying कि वो उनको कोई
we are seeing a similar footprint take place again and again, not from the empowering protests that are taking place उसकी वजह से नहीं, but because of these incidents.
देखिए इस तरह के incidents, Haider, I think इस तरह के incidents तो हो रहे हैं, बहुत टाइम से हो रहे हैं. अब I think वो ज्यादा रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं मे बी, या मीडिया उनको ज्यादा हाईलाइट कर रहे हैं, उन पे ज्यादा बात हो रही है, उनको साइडलाइन नहीं किया जा रहा, तो इंसिडेंट्स तो हो रहे हैं. So I'm not sure if highlighting them is enabling them. I mean, I'm not in a position to, मतलब मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं इस चीज को इतना समझती हूँ कि do I think it's enabling them? But I do think that it is starting conversations. I do think that it is creating awareness among people, highlighting these incidents. I don't think that it is enabling. And also, if people think that it is enabling, and then you stop talking about it, so that is also brushing something under the rug. You know what I mean? So I think that we need to talk about it. We need to address it, bring these stories out, highlight them. We need to discuss them in our dramas. We need to base our content around them. This is a reflection of the society that we're living in. और बहुत ज़्यादा छुपाया गया है और बहुत ज़्यादा इन चीज़ों को बिल्कुल साइडलाइन किया गया है. And I think it's time to talk about it. I think बच्चों से बात करना ज़रूरी है, स्कूलों में बात करना ज़रूरी है, अपने ड्रामों में, अपनी फिल्म्स में बात करना ज़रूरी है. That's what I feel.
Or Ayesha, what other ways do you feel unsafe as a woman in Pakistan?
Oh, I feel unsafe as a woman in Pakistan all the time. And very recently, I gave an interview in which I said कि भाई हम जब से छोटे हैं, जब से मेरी memory जा रही है पीछे, I think from the age of 3 or 4, there's a sense of fear that women in Pakistan grow up with. अगर आप बहुत प्रोटेक्टेड या शेल्टर्ड फैमिलीज में हैं तो आई थिंक आपका सेंस ऑफ फियर कम है. लेकिन मैं चूंकि मेरे अब्बू की डेथ हो गई थी when I was 2, so there was no male figure, there was no joint family system, there was no large family with male figures and a dad on our head. और बहुत सारी औरतें हैं जिनकी डिवोर्सेस हो जाती हैं, जो विडो हो जाती हैं, उनकी जिंदगियों में नहीं होते मेल फिगर्स. And my mother chose not to remarry again क्योंकि she wanted to raise us up, wholesomely, कि attention divide ना हो. So me and my brother were raised by my mother single-handedly. तो एक sense of fear बहुत ज़्यादा था क्योंकि मेरी अम्मी को भी एक sense of fear था कि मैं अकेली हूँ. और वो sense of fear अगर एक parent में होता है तो I think वो बच्चों में भी translate हो जाता है. I mean, it transcend हो जाता है या बच्चों पे project होता है. So I'm not sure about how my brother felt as a child, but I, as a child, was always scared. And then my mother was a strict parent और हमें, friends के घर night spend करने की इजाजत नहीं होती थी, drivers के साथ travel करने की नहीं होती थी. And it makes sense now because ऐसे incidents हुए हैं मेरी friends के साथ और उनके के साथ, उनकी domestic male staff के साथ या और लोगों की कोई family के relatives के साथ. So my mother was very aware of this and she inculcated a lot of that fear, unknowingly, of course, not intentionally, into maybe me or maybe because we lived alone and we were aware of a lot of things around us. So maybe there was a sense of fear. और जब मैं कराची में when I shifted and I started living alone, because I was in a new city and I was in an industry where there's a lot of there is a bit of favoritism. There is harassment exists in every industry, sexual harassment, all of that exists in every industry. मैं अपनी industry और अपनी fraternity को तो बिल्कुल नहीं उन पे वो करूँगी, but I did go through sexual harassment when I entered this industry, and that also was very. And I recently started talking about it. Very recently, I never had the courage or the I would say, I don't know, I just never had the courage to speak about it because I was scared. And तो फिर अभी भी, even at this point in life, घर से निकलते हैं, you're scared of being mugged, you're scared of being kidnapped, and of course women are scared of being raped. And बहुत सारे मेरे साथ जिंदगी में ऐसे incidents हुए जहाँ पे the fear of my or that took precedence over everything else. Like मेरा car accident हुआ था highway पे and I was very badly injured with a few broken bones. लेकिन मैं किसी को help नहीं करने दे रही थी क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा था कि वो जो लोग help करने के लिए रुके हैं, a bunch of men, वो रुके 6-7 मेरे colleague ने उनको रोका और या वो खुद रुके. I think they saw the car wreck or something and I wouldn't let them help me because I thought they had stopped to rape me or kidnap me. So there's a sense of fear all the time.
Acha, Ayesha, you spoke about the courage of opening up gradually about your sexual harassment experiences, right? At what point do you realize?
Right. Experience.
Yes. At what
experience
point?
it was like one ongoing, I think, experience. Yeah.
At what point do you realize कि जो भी victims हैं who have been through this या survivors हैं who have been through this, they muster the courage to speak about their personal experiences? At what point do they realize that? आपको कब realization हुई?
I think उसके 2-3 factors हैं. I think they realize it जब वो दूसरे लोगों को सुनते हैं बात करते हुए about their experiences. मुझे personally तो तभी courage मिला जब मैंने 2-3 और लोगों को अपने experiences के बारे में बात करते हुए सुना, देखा. Of course उससे you get scared also because you see कि उनके साथ कितनी victim blaming हो रही होती है और कितनी disbelief होता है. लेकिन and also I think when you come into a position in your life where you feel a little more secure and safe and you feel like कि अच्छा अब आपने अपने आप को थोड़ा सा establish कर लिया है और अब लोग आपकी personality या being को जानते हैं, you will know. I think you need to kind of because victims को बहुत कम लोग believe करते हैं, right? और उनकी past experiences या उनकी current life पे बहुत चीजें judge हो रही होती हैं. For example, if you know somebody is dresses a certain way and dresses in a very flamboyant way or not conforming to society, तो अगर उसके साथ कोई बुरी चीज होगी तो वो तो कहेंगे आप ही की गलती थी या you must have provoked it or maybe you're just okay with things like this. So and then suddenly you've realized कि नहीं भाई अब I'm not okay with it. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. So I think when I came to a point where I was like, okay, now people know who I am, they know what kind of person I am, and they and I felt that I had more friends around me who मेरा support system बेहतर था. That really matters कि आपके इर्द गिर्द आपका जो support system है, बेशक वो family हो या वो आपके friends हो, वो किस तरह का है. So if you have people around you, you know, like friends or family who will stand by you through things, then you feel more stronger. So that, and also when मैंने जब realize नहीं किया, realize तो बहुत पहले से किया हुआ था. I knew it. I mean, it was in my head constantly. It was a room जिसको आप बस constantly उसका दरवाजा बंद करते रहते हैं. वो खुलता है, आप उसको बंद करते रहते हैं. You don't want to go there, you know, like a room in your house which is full of mess or which is not a very pleasant place, but you're like, I'll deal with it later or something. So I decided to talk about it when actually my perpetrator, my harasser, I felt that he is not in any position जिससे मुझे कोई threat feel हो उनसे. So I knew that now this person is not going to harm me. That's when I started talking about it. And I was that scared. जब तक मुझे पता था कि this person can either physically harm me or try and ruin my career or try and I don't know, do maybe just mentally, emotionally harm me a little more. तो मुझे तब I found the courage to speak about it.
And you're very brave, mashallah, Ayesha, for opening up.
Well, there are times when I'm really, really scared and I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? What am I saying? This is going to be really tough. But then I'm like, Allah hai upar, you know. I have a really deep connection with my creator. So I believe in protection from my creator. Yeah.
Okay, Ayesha, moving on, काफी serious बातें होंगी. आप मुझे ये बताएं, what new projects are you working on currently?
Yeah, you know, with COVID this year, things have been really tough, Haider. You know that. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं हमारी जो रिलीज होनी थी और नहीं रिलीज हुई. So there are 3 films in the pipeline. There's a film called Money Back Guarantee, Rehbra, and there's a film called Dhai Chaal, which was shot in Quetta. तो ये तीनों almost ready हैं to be released. 2 films पे एक दिन का काम रहता है. So that, And then I am also working on a secret passion project. I can't talk about it right now, but very soon, inshallah. और कल उसकी मेरी एक बहुत बड़ी meeting है. And inshallah, fingers crossed. Then I am also working on some content. I want to, like I said, and I promised some of my fans कि हाँ हम जरूर awareness create करने के लिए जो content हमारे ड्रामों में और हमारे plays में और हमारे films में होगा, that should be revolving around creating awareness in the society, highlighting realities, but also giving positive solutions on how to change it or combat it. तो पॉइंट ये नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ दिखाएं कि यार हमारे पास this is the guns that we have. Point ये है that you look at the things that are wrong and you acknowledge it and then you say okay इसको अब किस तरह बेहतर करना है. So working on some content connected to all this that's happening right now in our society. Misogyny, patriarchy, gender equality, शुरू हो रही है बात, and women's rights and education. I feel very strongly about education. क्योंकि मेरी माँ ने हमारी education को top priority दी और उसी की वजह से हम यहाँ पे हैं, वरना तो हमारे पास कुछ नहीं था. You know, literally, we had no financial help when my father died. So, and I was very fortunate that I went to a very good school on a merit scholarship. We couldn't afford it. So, education is something that I'm working on. I'm working with TCF, but my content be create कर रही हूँ connected to that.
अच्छा आयशा, आपने बात की है कंस्ट्रक्टिव स्टोरी टेलिंग की, राइट? दैट यू वांट टू क्रिएट कंटेंट दैट रियली causes awareness amongst people, issue based हो. Shouldn't this have been the practice of Pakistan's industry for a very long time now? Why did we revert from that?
It really should have been, I don't know. I think
I don't know, people are scared of taking risks, I think. कि TRPs के लिए या they follow marketing strategies. I don't know. Or maybe they're scared to talk about these things. क्योंकि इतना misogynistic mindset है, क्योंकि इतनी तनकीद होती है, क्योंकि इतना मुश्किल है इन चीजों के बारे में बात करना. आप देखें कि जो लोग बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं उनको किस तरीके से नीचे लाया जाता है. अब औरत मार्च को कितना ज्यादा टारगेट किया जाता है, कितना कहा जाता है कि भाई ये खवातीन का कोई एजेंडा है, ये है. I mean, it's heartbreaking, और कितना ज्यादा दिखाया ये जाता है कि नहीं, everything's fine. So it's very tough to talk about these things, and people are scared, and people just want to play it safe. And people, I think हमारा content में misogynistic point of view बहुत ज़्यादा दिखाया जा रहा होता है. Misogyny, जिन लोगों को, people are not aware of this term because it's a term which is not very used. इसका मतलब है औरत से नफरत करना और हर चीज में औरत को ब्लेम देना और ये समझना कि औरत खसलतन गलत है और उसकी हर बात गलत है. तो आई थिंक बहुत ज्यादा क्योंकि माइंडसेट ही मिसोजिनिस्टिक है, तो वो ज्यादातर हमारे राइटर्स भी मेल्स हैं और या फीमेल्स भी हैं, बट एक सोसाइटी का माइंडसेट जो है वो काम में नजर आ रहा होता है. सो आई फील इट्स टाइम टू चेंज दैट, बट चेंज हैज टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम बेसिक लेवल. बचपन से, स्कूलिंग से, 3 साल के बच्चे से चेंज शुरू होगा. Sometimes I look at comments on our Instagram, सोशल मीडिया पे ट्रोल्स की हेट कमेंट्स होते हैं और मैं सोचती हूँ कि यार जब मैं लैंग्वेज पढ़ती हूँ कुछ लड़कों की और मैं उनकी प्रोफाइल्स जाके देखती हूँ, कोई 16 साल का है, कोई 15 साल का है, बेबीज, और इतनी गंदी गालियां दे रहे हैं, इतनी गंदी चीजें लिख रहे हैं, एंड आई एम लाइक यार ये हमारे मुल्क का फ्यूचर है. These boys are going to be marrying young girls, these boys are going to be studying with those girls. और I mean, of course not everyone's like this, but majority जो troll कर रहे हैं ये चीजें लिख रहे हैं, तो I'm like उनकी upbringing, उनके घरों में उनकी तरबियत, उनकी सब कुछ जो देख रहे होते हैं, it obviously has a huge part to play in whatever they're saying, whatever they're thinking. Huge part to play. So it has to start from there.
सोशल मीडिया के बारे में आपसे बात करनी थी. आपको कभी कभी लगता है कि you attract unwanted attention on social media, and if so, how do you battle it?
Of course, because of my non-conformist attitude. हमारी unfortunately हमारे मुल्क में people obviously who conform, हम सबको पता है कि जो एक certain एक image जिनका है, एक बहुत ही मैं कहूँगी जो एक बहु image होता है in dramas also, या जिनका एक बहुत conformist attitude है, that they'll be accepted. And I'm not talking about the media, I'm talking about generally in our society. They are obviously accepted more in the society. अगर कोई थोड़ा सा अपनी terms पे जिंदगी गुजारना चाह रहा है और is going against the grain or is not conforming according to the social patriarchal standards or wants to do something with their life which is a little non-conformist, so yeah, they face a lot of resistance. But of course जिन लोगों ने resistance face की है वो ही फिर कुछ change भी लाते हैं. तो कोशिश तो ये है कि change लाया जाए और going with the flow बहुत आसान है. But मैं एक चीज में believe करती हूँ, एक saying में, only dead fish go with the flow. Remember that. So I do not want to be a dead person. I want to be aware. I want to, I want to stand up for what I believe in. And of course, it's not easy. और उसको कम्बैट इस तरह करते हैं कि मेरे बहुत सारे फैंस हैं जो मुझे बहुत प्यार भी करते हैं और वो ट्रोल से लड़ते हैं और बैटल करते हैं. They believe in me. And I surround myself with friends who are full of support and love. I travel a lot. मुझे बहुत प्यार मिलता है from people all over the world. मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में बहुत अच्छे लोग देखे जहाँ पे hate और trolling मिल रही होती है, बहुत प्यार भी मिल रहा है. और पाकिस्तान में भी, I travel up north, इतना प्यार है ऊपर KPK में. आप गिलगित बल्तिस्तान चले जाएं, आप you go to चित्राल, you go to स्कर्दू, anywhere there's so much love. वहाँ पे नहीं आपको मिलेगा ये. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the diet that they're eating, the khalis hawa, sab kuch. So I love being in the north. And even in, I've come across some very good people. So my faith in humanity, जैसे थोड़ी सी मेरी faith थोड़ी सी shake हो रही होती है ना, तो वो restore भी हो जाती है. And traveling really makes a difference. दुनिया में बड़े अच्छे लोग हैं यार. बुरे भी हैं, अच्छे भी हैं, लेकिन अच्छे बहुत मिलते हैं मुझे. तो मैं अपना एक बैलेंस रखती हूँ, family and friends. And my life, you'll notice, I don't just live for my profession. A lot of people do live for it. I don't. It's okay अगर मैं इतने projects नहीं करूँगी. It's okay अगर मैं हर ड्रामे में नहीं आ रही होंगी. लेकिन मेरा mental peace of mind, मेरी अपनी philosophy जिंदगी के बारे में, मेरी अपना journey ज़्यादा important है यार. एक दिन तो मर ही जाना है सबने.
Or Aisha, it's sometimes it's good to unplug. It's good
I
to
unplug a lot.
लेकिन it's good for you. मतलब होता है, अच्छी बात है, करना भी चाहिए.
करना भी चाहिए.
Okay, Aisha, very lastly, आप मुझे बताएं, are there any plans of getting married? So,
यार देखो, आप जितनी भी planning कर लें, and it sounds very cliched, the biggest and the best planner is Allah. So बिल्कुल I am very open to the idea of marriage. मेरे पहले मुझे बहुत डर लगता था कि oh my god, marriage and kids and kids, I love kids. That is why I'm so scared of having kids. क्योंकि मुझे इतना प्यार है बच्चों से और मुझे इतना ज़्यादा मतलब मैं उनकी mental development और चीज़ों का सोचती हूँ. मुझे लगता था कि maybe I'm not ready to be completely available and completely emotionally connected to being a mother. That I need to fix my own issues first. So I've been working on them. And I feel that, yeah, I think I am kind of ready. And I used to be very scared of being a mom before. And I was like, bhai, I don't want कि मेरे बच्चे बड़े होके मुझसे कोई भी उनको resentment हो, because a lot of kids feel a lot of resentment towards their parents, and I'm sure हम सब ने जिंदगी में किसी टाइम पे कोई ना कोई unpleasant feeling feel की होगी parents के लिए. So I want to be the best mom like everybody else. So yeah, I am open to it, and I don't know if marriage is on the cards yet. I mean, but I do think that eventually, I don't think it's the end all of everything. कोई pressure नहीं है, ना family का, ना मैं कोई social pressure लेती हूँ शादी का. मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है, अभी भी. Although people, they're like, okay, better get married soon. मैं प्रेशर नहीं लेती, तो मैंने इजी लिया हुआ है. बट if I do decide on getting married to somebody, and if I do feel that this person is now the right person to be a good life partner and a good father, I will get married, inshallah. Yeah, but abhi ankareeb nahi hai.
Ayesha, it was a pleasure talking to you and having you on my show, and thank you so much for doing this. I know you've been very busy lately.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
No, thank you. You were so patient.
Thank you so much, Ayesha. That is all for now. Stay tuned for more on my official YouTube channel and Facebook page. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.